You are the resistance.
Hey there guys, IronicRebound here. Just wanted to provide another response for episode 23, subscribers. So yeah, the topic of subscribers, my views on this have changed. It's a two-part answer. One of the parts consists of when it comes to other motovloggers or other channels, do I look at the number of subscribers, and does that affect my decision to subscribe myself or my decision to watch? Once upon a time, not too long ago, I'd say yes. It definitely had a bearing. I was obviously, as I searched, the searches that would come up would be the larger motovloggers, and generally those that I encountered initially, when I started into this sort of foray of entertainment, the content was good. The content was really good. So I did equate that content with the numbers. So I did subscribe initially to a lot of the big boys, guys like Leadpin, guys like Motornosity, Jake the Garden Snake, EN187, and of course my all-time favorite, even to date, Baker X Derek. Yeah, love that guy. So I mean, I generally did gravitate to those only because that was what Google gave me. That's what YouTube gave me first, and I began to equate that with the content. But as I got into it a little bit more, and more so after I became a bit of a motovlogger myself, dabbling in the motovlog business myself, I found that it turned my opinion on things. I did quickly realize that the really big guys, the do it with dickheads or the do it with Dans of the world, really were so big that the social aspect of a YouTube channel was really lost on them, or lost on sort of their interactions. I find that those groups tend to stick with the larger names, and no fault of their own. I mean, I can imagine it's a daunting task trying to keep up with the thousands of hi, hello, can you answer me, the many 12-year-olds that some YouTubers may have, that are just sort of inundating their comment sections with a lot of information and a lot of questions. So I can imagine that it becomes very difficult to be able to interact and respond, and comments get lost in the mix. And I've had issues similarly with my channel where it gives me a notification when I have a message, but it looks like at times it doesn't. Or if I haven't responded to the first, I think it stops giving me notifications. And a month later or a few weeks later, I'll see a comment that I never responded to. But I mean, I do my best to respond to every comment, because for me personally, for my channel, which is the second part of this answer, the long answer, the subscribers matter. The subscribers do matter in the sense that I check the number occasionally. I had the number blocked for a while. We'll get back to that. I check the number occasionally. I find that more than not, it's people that know that I have a channel that ask me, how many subs do you have? That's nice. And that sort of makes me look to see, oh yeah, how many do I have today? But that number, I mean, I believe it's just over 300 nowadays. That number, just like my Instagram number or my Twitter number, which is, I know both. One is 600 something and the other is 400 something. I mean, that number to me sort of validates what I'm doing. Makes me feel like, hey, at least these people have, I shouldn't do that, oops. Makes me feel that at least I'm doing something of worth for some people out there. I would continue to do it regardless. I mean, I do this for me as much as I do for subs. I do it really as a just a way to speak my mind and to vent, to enjoy recording as I ride. It's something I've done virtually since I started riding. So I would do it regardless, but I do appreciate the subs. I do look forward to an increasing number, in the sense of potential monetization, which I haven't really considered. Having subs would be even more of an asset, because obviously as a hobby it's not the cheapest thing out there. You're not saving loads of money, but I mean, in those senses the subs do mean something, but it's not the end all and be all, and it's definitely not it doesn't define my worth to myself, but it does help. It helps validate that what I'm doing in this sense, in this part of my life, is something that's somewhat interesting to some people, and people are watching it. But more than the subs themselves, so coming back to the social aspect, more than the subs themselves is the comments and the feedback and the questions, and that's what's really, to me, is the bonus, or the sort of the privilege of having the subs, is having subs that'll comment and interact. Of my several hundred or few hundred YouTube subs, I have a few comments here and there. I've got videos that have views of over a couple hundred, and some that have views of several dozen only, and having the comments and the feedback on those videos is really what's more important to me. And I find generally it's those that have subbed are the ones that are going to comment and provide sort of that interaction, that feedback to, tell me what you'd like to see, tell me what you didn't like, spam me, troll me. I could care less. I mean, I find it rather comical. I've got a couple haters already, and I gotta say I enjoy it. So yeah, it's really that social aspect of things that really gets to me. So yeah, generally speaking, it's that social aspect of things, the interaction, the feedback that really, more so than those numbers, but as a result of those numbers, in my opinion, is what sort of gives me sort of the comfort that I get from having a YouTube channel. So that's the sense where the subs sort of have their meaning. So yeah, ooh, that's nice. That's all I've got on that one. I look forward to hearing the rest of the responses. Appreciate those that I've heard already, and look forward to the next topic. Thanks again to the Fantastic Four for these great Mototalks in the Mototalk series. It's been a pleasure, and I'll continue to respond, whether called out or not. Speed safe.